So when I moved out to Thailand, I was staying in places that were approximately 15 to 20 pounds a night to stay in. That was at like the upper level, okay? When I moved into a long-term place, it was 250 pounds a month. So what's that? 8 pounds something a night. 8 pounds something a night, okay? And now cut to 2 years later, over the past what we're on the 13th today, for the past 11 days, I've stayed at places that have been on average £400 a night. Okay, so that's like 40 times, 45 times more than what I was paying when I first got here. And the path to get there was not what I expected. It didn't go as I thought it would. That doesn't mean it didn't go well. Obviously, it's done very well. But for me to now end up somewhere where I'm in a position where I can pay these prices, I can hang out with the people I hang out with, I operate at this level. It took a lot of lessons in order for me to get here. And one thing that, well, the most common question that I get on Instagram is literally, how do I know which path is best for me? And in today's video, I want to talk you through the exact process to knowing which path is best, finding it, and also how to follow that so you're not getting distracted, so you can actually make progress in your life. You can achieve your dreams. You can stay in dope villas with all your boys, and you can operate at a level that you never even thought possible. So, this is my absolute guidance for the number one question that I get. Okay. So, first off, you've got to be clear on where this destination is. You have this path. What is the end goal? What is the end point? If you go to a GPS, sorry, and you just say, "Yeah, I want to go somewhere," it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to have the exact location, and it's the same in life. If you say, "Well, I want to be rich," fuck knows what that means. You have to be exact. You have to say, I want to be earning 30K a month. I want to be earning 30 mil a month. Doesn't matter which goal you end up at, just matters that you have that specific goal. Okay. And the reason for that is that if you just say, I want to get rich, there's so many different ways to get there. Whereas if you go to, I want to be doing 30K a month, then it's a lot less goals. It's a lot easier to choose a path because the goals or the road to get you to 30K a month is very different to the road that will get you to 30 mil a month. Okay. So be very specific. Understand the numbers, the location that you're going to live in, the villa that you're going to stay in, who you're going to be hanging out with, the clothes that you dress, the car that you drive, all of this sort of stuff. You have to have this in exact detail. Okay. And then it's all about finding people with the maps. Okay. People have these maps. Like I've got the map. I'm sharing this with you. This is some form of map. Okay. I've got to this destination that a lot of you are probably wanting to be at. So I'm sharing this map. You need to look at who is already where you want to be. There's always people that are where you want to be. Okay. Don't think that you're so unique or your goal is so unique that no one has got there. There will always be people who have got there. And 99% of the time, they are creating content. Okay. They are sharing content, they are creating courses, they have mentorship, coaching offers. These are all ways in which you can learn the map from the person that has been down that road, as opposed to just walking around in the dark, falling over, going the wrong way, making mistakes. Find someone with a map and follow their lead. Investing in that person as a mentorship, as a course, I normally just recommend coaching or mentorship because it's so much better having that personal help because you're in a very unique position right now and you need someone who has been through that to tailor their map to where you are and where you want to be. Okay. Courses not as good, but still valuable if you can't afford to invest in a mentor. So listen to what they have to say. This is a huge thing. So many people, and I've had people DM me, they're like, oh, I want to know how to earn money online. And I will spend time out of my day and I will say, hey, man, do this, this, and this, and this. Get back to me in 30 days. Then they don't fucking do anything. Okay. If there is someone who is where you want to be, fucking listen to them. Okay. Don't just ignore it. Don't let your ego think, oh, I don't like that. Maybe I'll find a better way. Just listen to them, put your ego to one side and follow their map. All right. So, now that you have a map, you will have looked at people's courses, content, whatever that is. You need to just replicate the actions of those who became successful on the same path that you are on. Okay. Like I said, you're not unique. You don't have any special hindrance. Okay. Leave your ego behind, because they these daily tasks you may not want to do. When I started my social media marketing agency back in 2018, everyone was like, "Yeah, you need to be doing outreach. You need to be doing cold calls," and I was like, "Nah, I don't really want to do that. I'll just create a website and I'll get loads of leads." That was fucking dumb. That was my ego thinking I knew better. Listening to people who had already walked down that path, who had already started living that life, who were living that life that I wanted, I was just letting my ego get the best of me. And that cost me 18 months of my life. Okay. I do not want you to lose that time. You can't afford to lose that time. So listen to what they say and just do it. Just don't question it. Just do it. Okay. Also, when things are going well, just stick with that. It's so fucking important. Like, I made the mistake again, which cost me a lot of time, by thinking, oh, my agency's doing okay. It wasn't doing big numbers. It was doing okay. Maybe I should just start coaching. Maybe I should just create a mentorship and coaching in a course, because I was thinking, oh, what's another way to make quick cash? And that was such a fucking dumb thing to do. All the people who had the maps were saying, no, Bill, stick with the fucking agency, you idiot. But I was like, nah, I'm fucking clever as shit. And again, that cost me 6 months of my time, pretty much lost a lot of my agency clients, and I was pretty much back to square one, because I tried to change things when things were going well. I wasn't listening to the people who had the maps. I was listening to my own ego. I was chasing money, and eventually that just fucked me over. So do not do that. Don't get ahead of yourself. Stick to what works and drive that shit into the ground until it stops working. Okay. These daily tasks you're probably not going to enjoy, but this is being in the trenches. This is what's needed. If you think about it, this starting to get going, the building of the personal brands, building of the network, the business, whatever it is, this is the trenches, this is the fundamentals, and ultimately, this is the hardest part. The hardest part is getting going. Everyone says the first 100K is the hardest one to make. So just take hope in that you are doing the hardest bit. Shit's only going to get easier, okay? From the experience, the lessons you learn, all of this, shit will get easier. So take hope in that, okay? Now, you have to understand that taking fast action is one of the most valuable things you can do. Okay. I see a huge problem, which is guys who aren't sure what direction to go in. So they're just standing in one place, worrying, shaking like a shitting dog. They're treading water. They're not swimming. They're just in the same place. Okay. Because they're thinking, oh, well, what do I do? Do I go over there? Do I go over there? What happens if I go over there? And you're just going to fucking drown. Okay, because you're expending energy, but you're not moving anywhere. So what you need to do is you need to swim. Okay, swim over to that island. Oh, is what I want over there? No, cool. Figured it out. I'll go to a different one. Yeah, action always comes first, and then the clarity will follow. The path enlightens when you walk it. Okay, the path isn't lit up. I say this so many times. You don't expect the path and everything to be like, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen over the next 12 months. No, you just start walking and you figure it out. You need to take the leap before you're ready every single day. And one of the reasons that me and Jack have done so well over the past year is because we've taken fast action on pretty much every idea we've had. If we've thought, oh, let's run a live webinar, we've got one out that weekend. Or it's like, oh, let's run this offer or this promotion or go into this thing. We've always taken fast action on that, and it's always paid off. Whether that is like the actual monetary or the lesson or the experience or the content, always fucking pays off. Okay. Now, back to this metaphor. Are you swimming or are you treading water? Now, I spent so much time working, but not making progress. And there's a big thing because I didn't have intention behind that work. I was just doing stuff that kept me busy. So I didn't have to think, oh, maybe I'm not doing the right stuff. If I was kept busy, then I was just tricking myself into thinking, yeah, you're making progress because you're busy, but that's totally different. You can be busy and not making any progress. In fact, if you're not making any progress, you're making negative progress. We all know we're either growing or we're dying. There's no such thing as stagnation. Stagnation, as time goes on, essentially means that you are dying. You are losing progress. You are falling behind. So every action, every piece of work that you are doing needs to have intention. Okay. Are you doing it just to fill time, or because a certain influencer said, "Oh, you need to be doing this every day"? Like, just understand. You need to analyze your actions, like with a microscope. Okay, you need to look at your goal. You need to your tasks. Sorry, is it contributing to your main goal? If I'm like, oh yeah, well I'm doing this whatever task, I'm like, right, let's look back at my goals. Is this actually contributing anything? Does if I do this every single day, is that actually going to lead to what I want in life? Cool. Yes. No. Right. If it is, cool, carry on. Then a great way to look at your tasks is these three ways. Can you automate this task? Can you delegate this task? Or can you eliminate this task? This helps you become so much more streamlined so that you can just focus on the actual tasks that are moving you fast towards your goal. Okay. When you're working on your personal brand, your business, you are going to be very busy. So, looking at these things, looking at every single task that you do during the day, and saying, right, can I automate this? You probably can. There's so much AI software out there. You can automate so much shit. Okay. Can I delegate this? If you're editing videos or if you're doing outreach, can you delegate this to someone else to bring back your valuable hours? Or this is one that people are probably most afraid to even consider. Can you just eliminate this task? Like there's so much shit that I just got rid of, like especially in stuff like morning routines. I got rid of loads because it was actually costing me an extra hour a day and wasn't giving me any tangible benefits. And now I just got an extra hour a day, which if I value at X amount per hour, then I've just saved myself a shit ton of money. Okay. You've got to think like this. You've got to be diligent when it comes to what you're actually working on. So the best way I can sort of advise you on this is over the next week, I want you to write down every task that you do from your to-do lists, from anything that you do, like just outside of that, just like, oh, I went to do some grocery shopping, or I was ordering this stuff, or I had to go see this friend. Write down every single task. And then at the end of the week, Sunday night, just no music, just get that list. Don't have laptops or anything, just get a piece of paper with a list of all your tasks. And then, is this contributing to my main goal? All of them that aren't, just fucking get rid of. All of them that are, go through. Can I automate this? Can I delegate this? Can I eliminate this? All right. Be very stringent, and you will find that you will make so much more progress when you actually focus on what matters. Now, learning along the way, when I first moved here, I didn't have anywhere near the knowledge or the certainty or the experience that I do today. And that's part of the point, okay? You have to just accept that you're going to learn more as you go. You're always going to have to settle for 70%. When you launch that offer, you only have to be 70% sure that you are like ready to do so. If anything, if you know you are completely sure in something, then you've wasted too much time building it. Okay. You shouldn't be like, yeah, that's absolutely perfect, because you probably spent 3 months building that offer and wasted all of that time when you could have just settled for 70% ready, got that offer and got the feedback, and then boom, you could have scaled it so much faster. All right. When you are progressing, you get a binary response. You either get a yes or a no. You either get this thing works or this thing doesn't work. Okay. Now, let's use an example for an offer. You launch an offer, it does well. Cool. You get people signed up, you get feedback from them, and you scale that offer. Or the other scenario is you put that offer out, you don't get any sales, you know that offer doesn't work. Boom, you reiterate it, you change marketing angles, you change the transformation, you change the hook, and then you put that offer back out. Does this one work? Yeah. Okay. You learn from that. But if you spend 3 months building an offer, never launching it, then you won't know whether that's going to be good or not when you do launch it. So you have to be 70% sure maximum before launching something. Okay. Things will either improve or they won't. Okay. So And like I said earlier, we're either growing or we're dying. If things stay the same, you've got to treat this as it's getting worse and things need to change. Okay. Always need to be learning and looking at how you can improve on all areas of your life. So the final piece of this puzzle is, when is enough? All right. Keep on striving for more can be counterproductive. It's like, oh, let's say I aim for 100K a month. Boom, I've achieved that. God, Bill, you've done well. Let's take a holiday. Let's do something else. Let's just travel around a bit. Let's enjoy life. Okay. That's very counterproductive, because you're going like this. You're going up, then you take time off, then you go up, then you take time off. Instead, your goal should not be about hitting a certain mark. It shouldn't be about hitting an income level or a net worth or selling something. Your end goal should just be becoming your best self and embodying that person. Embodying that person every single day without deviation. That means you're just going up and up and up and up. There's no slacking, there's no letting your standards slip, there's no wasted potential when all you are aiming for is to show up as your best self every single day. Okay? That means that in the moment, you have achieved your goal. Every minute of the day, you are in a state of like, yeah, I'm fucking showing up every day. I'm giving value, I'm helping others, I'm living aligned with my conscience. This is it. This is brilliant. I'm so grateful for this. This is so much more productive. This is so much more efficient than aiming for a certain goal. Okay. Just keep it in the day to day. Just say, if I can show up as my best self today, then I've won. That's all it is. Okay. And that's it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has brought you more clarity on how to choose and progress down the path that you want to go down. If you have any questions, shoot me up on IG at Bill J Clark _. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you tomorrow.